Man, I just don't lie.
Woo.
I don't think we gain nothing from doing that. Like I'm saying, as artists, you know, like I think some people be trying to make it seem like they gotta have like a certain allure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't believe in that shit no more.
I don't know. I think
I never really did either. You feel me?
I think there was a time when that worked out. You know what I mean? Where it translated into some. You know
I think it was until we met Tupac Shakur, and then it should have been a prime example on how to move different after that. Like Pac was too real.
Mm-hmm.
It cost him his life ultimately. You know what I'm saying?
What we doing, man? What we doing? I feel like LaRussell. What we doing? Are we recording? Sorry about that.
The smart man just knows that he record ASAP.
I got that one.
Yeah, you just never know what you're gonna catch. I get what he's doing.
Honestly. I see that.
Once the camera came on, I knew I was being recorded. I just took it personal. Like once I see a camera, I know. Okay, be careful what you say.
Yeah. Your shit is on. Things is on.
Yeah.
Things.
I mean, can't be mad and then be like, oh, how y'all film me when I? Bro, you seen the camera? Bro.
You saw the record.
You saw the camera.
Come on, bro. Pay attention.
Record mode.
That's why I say we're gonna have some real conversation.
No, it's gonna be fun. And then I'm sure Katie will roll in at a random point and just.
I was gonna say like don't ask me like how did it all start? No, I'm just playing. You can ask me whatever, bro.
That's crazy. That's actually.
I know. That's what I'm like. That's exactly what we're gonna ask.
No, he already asked me like what is off limits or some shit. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, as long as we're not crazy.
Well, I look like man, Denzel Washington. You can ask me whatever, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, just gotta check.
I don't give a fuck.
You never know.
I got an album called Crash Out Mode. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, never mind. You're right. I should have known when you put that one out.
I clearly don't give a fuck.
All right.
That's why I ain't get no invites to All-Star Weekend. They was like,
Crash Out.
Don't talk shit about us and come hang with us. Fuck that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah, they came together and made sure I didn't have no fun.
Oh man,
I'm just playing. I don't give a fuck.
Bye, you. What's up? Oh, I'm wild.
Oh.
I did that one episode, had the fan going.
I ain't gonna lie, I did hear that shit, but I thought it was just me being super loaded because, you know, like it intensifies.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, this shit.
That was literally me right now. I just
I'm like, his AC is loud.
Good looking out, man. Good looking. That's why we got a
sound
extra
engineer.
Set,
I know.
man. Damn, extra set. I'm telling you, I was about to let that thing rock.
It just turns into background noise after a minute.
Right.
All right, man. We on? What we doing, man?
Yeah.
We on? Yeah, man.
We're here. We chilling. We got it.
made it.
It's almost like we started the second one of the night. The second one's always like
I
the
know,
chill, relaxed
I know.
one. Just roll into it.
Yeah, it's
But-
like the ascension, like the slow one. Second one is like, first one is like,
Let's get there. But we've been hanging out for a minute, so
Yeah,
it made it
chilling.
easy.
We been chilling, man.
What's up?
All
Live
right.
and direct.
Thank you again for joining us for a lovely day for a conversation at the Whoa. The Whoa's a great spot if you need a place to record, engineer, any studio time you need, come through. Hit the link in the description below. But lovely day for conversation brought to you by myself, Sean from Bar for Bar, DJ Ammbush
DJ Ammbush, Ambata, T. Scott. What's up?
of Drums and Ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And joining us today is T. Carriér.
What's happening? I'm so glad, bro. This whole time I just been calling this man Bar for Bar. I hate
Bar
myself.
for bar. Everybody do
That's
that.
so lame, bro. Sean is so much better, bro.
No,
God
that's
damn.
okay. You know,
That's so lame of me to just be like, I'm
No.
finna go see Bar for Bar today.
man.
Hey, I mean, you're not alone.
That's okay.
Damn near everyone does that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said your name too. I just
People
don't
call me
pay
Drums and Ammo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fly though. That's fly.
Drums and Ammo.
That's fly though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, man.
That's
Appreciate
fly.
it. Yeah, man. You know.
I appreciate y'all having me though, man. I've been trying to get on here since I seen the first person on here. I was like, you know, I want to be on this platform, support it. Hell yeah, man.
Appreciate
Thank y'all.
it. No, that's why. Like once we started doing the first run and people started hitting us up, I'm like, oh, we got to do another one.
Yeah, this shit look cool, man. And I'm just glad to see you out on the other side of a computer and doing some other shit. Like, it's kind of tight.
Yeah, actually going outside.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, bro, who is this guy, bro? Your platform is so clean how you do it, though.
Appreciate it.
Man, this is tight.
All right, so
Don't be shy now that we recording now.
oh no,
We was just having some
Everybody
good ass
started by
conversation.
saying-
I know we got to roll into it somehow.
Nah, do
But-
your shit, man. I'm just talking crazy.
Nah, you good. Who are you? For
What is
everyone out here who's like, who the hell is this guy in the middle
Who
of the
am I?
couch?
I'm everything, man. you know, one of my unofficial mentors, Tupac Shakur, used to say things like, you know, we walk in contradictions. We a little bit of everything. You know, we hypocrites. We all that shit. So I'm everything you need me to be whenever you want me to. Like, I don't really have like no, you know, one-dimensional type situation. I can do whatever I want to do. And so that's kind of where like my name doesn't have a definitive meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like Carriér can go in any direction. Yeah.
And is that kind of why you transitioned your names back, like, well, a little while ago now?
No, I just transitioned my name because the original one was stupid. It didn't have no meaning. I wasn't connected to it like that. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Lil Wayne fan growing up, still am. And you know, he used to call himself Wheezy F Baby. My name actually was, you know, Smooth. Like the whole hood called me Smooth. It was on some like, oh, he got a deep voice shit. And so that was already like my name, but Smoothie F Baby became like an underlying joke because I used to try to mimic Wayne when I rapped. So they was trying to actually be funny when they were saying the shit. And I just kind of ran with it because I started using it as like my MySpace handle and my AIM handle and all that. Damn, and then it just, yeah, I'm old as fuck. So then it just started it just stuck. Like next thing you know, people knew me as like, oh, we was talking like Smoothie Baby. So I just took it in and ran with it. But if I had a choice in like choosing my rap name, I would have never chosen no stupid shit like that.
Do you have an idea what you would have done instead of that in the first place?
I would have used Carriér from the jump. Yeah, for sure.
Oakland Hearts got his name, right? He got his name from just
that was
using
his Instagram handle.
Instagram.
Yeah. Love Ranch is similar in that way. Yeah, we all came from that era of just like, this is what we call ourselves online. So it became, that's how stage names came to be. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense though. I mean, if you already got something going, like.
Yeah, I mean, it was just easier to identify motherfuckers. I mean, we do it now. Like, even when I see somebody from Instagram, I'd be like, hey, it's, you know what I mean? So it ain't really changed.
Yeah, no.
It ain't really changed.
No, that makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Man, so actually, I was going to go into other stuff, but you mentioned Lil Wayne. What's your favorite Wayne album?
Oh shit, my favorite Wayne album? I'm not going to go by the popular consensus. I'm going to just say The Carter. First one. Yeah.
Okay.
I know every song word for word, and I still sing it like it just came out. If you play it right now, yeah. Me and my brother Will Bender, we used to like when that shit came out, bro. We would just damn near sit in the car and just rap the lyrics, like wouldn't do shit. As soon as like from top to bottom, I don't know what that was. Something that we just did. Shout out to Will, but yeah, we love that album. So yeah.
So it's kind of like that nostalgia factor, and then
that's.
Rocking with it.
That's just the best Wayne album because that was when we really had Wayne as like, you know, still out of New Orleans. Like once he got to like Carter 2, he was trying to go commercial.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's the last one when he was talking that shit. You know, he was talking about.
It was genuine.
It was just talking about what was going on in the city. He wasn't talking about whatever he had to do to try to sell records. You feel me?
I got you. Because the next one was that was like the fireman and all that. Yeah, okay.
That was the last album when Wayne was still talking about shit that only people in New Orleans knew about.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it was still like local.
Yeah, local.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love that album.
Yeah, that's the most pure version of him.
Yep. Shout out to Wayne.
Shout out to Wayne. I mean, we're supposed to be getting a new Carter this year.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that, but you know, I support Wayne no matter what he do. So you know, I just hope he don't. I just want him to, at some point, you feel like he can deviate from the Carter series. He don't have to stay in that. You know what I mean? I think he feels that way because it's like we so attached to it. But I'd love for him to just kind of veer off and do some new shit too.
Yeah. You know how it goes. That's like them names. You get that name. You know, it's like
like Ho didn't want to get rid of the Blueprint for a while.
Yeah, he was holding on.
He gave us 3, and
he was choking the life out of that. It's like Ghostface, like Supreme Clientele.
Oh, exactly.
You know, and
exactly.
Cuban Links. Yep, Cuban Links. And I think Slick Rick tried to do it. It's like,
I mean, I get it, but I just want to see him try something else.
Yeah, man, get up off that, man.
That's kind of how we ended up with 4 of the art of storytelling.
Right. And then we just...
it was different people, but...
We'll just have no expectations either. Like, it'll just be something else. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always respect Kanye and how he's created music, because he's never really cared about trying to bring the sound from the previous album. Like, he's like, you know what, fucking, I'm going to go over here and do some new shit.
Man.
And just call it something else. Like, it didn't have to be in the Graduation series. And
man.
Kanye's a genius, bro. Psycho, but he a genius.
Okay. So we talking about this came up just yesterday.
I'm taking y'all everywhere.
No, this just came out. I was talking about this yesterday.
Okay.
Talking about because we typically don't even really talk about what's happening.
No, we don't. We just
kind of like, well, we'll break the fourth dimension or whatever and talk about like what's happening now. Like, so he was wearing the Nazi thing, the T-shirt with the Nazi thing, and I'm just like, do we say he's a genius? Like, do we give that, say, hey, this is what geniuses do? They do those outlandish because they're just on such a different. Then I'm like, man, he's a genius. Is that what we really calling him? I mean, he's a producer. He does beats. I think we started calling him a genius because Rockefeller started calling him a genius.
It was marketed to us to call him a genius. Like it was, we kind of took on their marketing tactic to call him like a musical genius.
Yeah, we did.
However, I would like to specify musical genius though.
Okay.
Creative genius even, but I don't want to limit it to just overall genius because I think even, not to get technical on it, but the term genius is a fine line between genius and insanity. It's like,
straight up.
You know what I'm saying? It's right on the cusp.
Yeah.
So
you gotta be a little crazy to be a genius.
You gotta be a little crazy to do this shit, bro. Like, so I'm not saying that he's all there, but if you put him in one of these type of situations, we're gonna get some classic shit.
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, that just came up yesterday. That's why I was like, man, I think some people could absorb that type of accolade, but if he is diagnosed with being bipolar, which I'm sure a lot of artists are.
I was just about to say, I think most of us, most of us are bipolar.
Keep it funky.
For sure.
But if you call everybody that's an artist a genius, then it's going to absorb different. So I think he's absorbed it, and I don't know if it's
like gotten to him.
Yeah, I think he was probably. I think it's like a perfect storm. When you dump all these accolades on him, and he may have this condition, and next thing you know, we got the Nazi T-shirt.
I get where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I think at some point, we just gotta let artists be artists, though. Like trying to put them in a space of political figures and stuff like that. I think that's where we make mistakes. Like we hold them to a different standard, and in reality, like we're just artists, bro. We're just expressing ourselves. Like when you go back to like the Andy Warhols and the Basquiat's and all of that, like they had a lot of controversial art, even though now it's spoken of like it's this antique greatness, but back then they caused a lot of problems for people. Like, like this ain't art. What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? They was calling Basquiat's trash back then. I promise you. The upper echelon wasn't viewing him as like this groundbreaking artist back then.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So I think like history has a way of making artists sound greater than they were. So when Ye is gone, then we'll fully appreciate him.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's how it goes. So he knows what he's here to do. And I think sometimes he gets a little beside himself with some of the like, the self-absorbing things. But that's what most artists do. It's all about them. We want all the attention on us. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. That's why we get into this field so we could be ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I got tattoos on my face. I don't got no fucking regular, world that I live in. People look at me automatically and think the worst or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just self-expression, man. We just want to be ourselves.
Man, that's huge. That's major. And that's what I think it is with Kanye. And then since, it's all about us, we got to talk about you. But I will say is with not T. Carriér, but with Kanye, we are getting a pure version. He's an artist that we're getting a full dose.
Yeah, we're
Kanye,
getting him.
You know what I mean? So
that's true. Every time we hear from him, it's Kanye.
That's him.
Exactly. He's been consistent with that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how he's approached his art. All his music, his production, everything. There's always been some level of intention there. So I support Kanye. He's one of my major influences. You know what I'm saying? Like musically, for sure. Especially when it comes to like production and shit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like social media maybe had a play in that, as far as not just Kanye, but just other artists in general? Because I feel like a lot of artist development has kind of gone away.
Yeah, I mean, artist development is kind of interesting anyway when you think about it, because like if you look at an artist like Kanye, like DMX, for example, like what artist development did they put him through?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I think, sometimes you either have it or you don't. And I think they sold us this illusion of like, oh, when you get a record deal, you know, we're gonna put you through artist development. Like most of these people just had personalities that you just used. You just marketed that personality. It is what it is. So I don't believe in like artist development, honestly. I think it's bullshit. I think you develop the skills like recording and shit. Like that's habitual things. You can learn that just from doing it all the time.
Execution,
that's maybe more, that's more of like getting your reps in and shit. But like telling me how to be, like, the fuck? Like, it's not even believable. We know when people is not who they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So if that's what the fuck was going on, like, we already could see that was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the authentic artists? And I feel like the most authentic artists are the ones that have been successful. Anytime you get people that's fabricated, we don't even take it serious. We just listen to the song and keep it pushing.
Yeah, shit does cut through. It does cut through, you know. And I was gonna say, I think artist development or artist and repertoire, you know, like A&R, I think that really, I think it applied a lot to like R&B, soul music. You know, as far as like, hey, we need you to get with this producer, try this out, you know, get with this writer, figure it out. So I feel like as far as hip hop though, like you can't tell DMX, hey, so DMX, what we want you to do is
just try to tell DMX.
Hey, try like, man,
Leor and Kevin Lyles and all them people seen him as who he was and said, hey, look, this is it. This is the image. We run with that. You don't change somebody that comes with authenticity, bro. You just run with it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it loose.
Man, we gotta give it up to the real people who found DMX though. I'm tripping right now. What's the homie? I met the homie.
You talking about DNY?
DNY.
Yeah.
There, I'm glad you figured it.
Rough Riders.
That was gonna mess me up right there.
Rough Riders. I wasn't gonna do it like that. I'm just saying, they of course they discovered him, Irv and all of them, you know, rest in peace, Irv Gotti. They discovered him, but I'm just saying, like, Leor and them would have been the ones to do the artist development bullshit.
Yeah, they would have figured it out.
If they were really on that. But that's not what it was, you know. So
True indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely shout out to Rough Riders. Never disrespect.
Yep. Oh, we got boys in the building. What you got, man?
And speaking of artists just being true to themselves, I mean, that's kind of you all the way.
Man.
Yeah, for 1,000%, bro.
Was that always the intention?
Yeah, until I got in the industry. Like, once I first, like, broke through that barrier of, like, feeling like nobody knows my music and shit, like, trying to do record deals and shit, I started feeling like I had to do other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, somewhere along the way, because I had so much success with, like, my previous artist that I was, you know, responsible for. Once he went major, I felt like, okay, I see what they want now. So I started trying to, like, follow like a blueprint or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
It ain't. It's there's buttons that can get pressed when the shit is ready to go, but man, it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen all the time. When it happens, though, it happens. It happens for sure.
I mean, as far as that goes, do you feel like record labels are necessarily looking for a particular sound or person, or is it just pure luck when they happen upon somebody? Man,
record labels is looking for a cash cow, bro. They don't give a fuck about the talent at that point. Like, if there's something that's moving already and they ain't got shit to do with it, they got to go find a way to go have something to do with it.
Yeah,
that's what this shit is all about. Like, when Gas Pedal went viral, let me tell y'all something. Like, we could have stayed independent the whole time. Like,
put us in context. What is that?
What are we talking about?
Give us
so at one point in time, Sage the Gemini was a part of my production label, Black Money Music Group, and that was prior to us, you know, getting, you know, with Empire. Shout out to Ghazi and them. But like, we were one of the first record companies to, like, partner with them on, like, a distribution thing. But, you know, more so just as a production label, and they just be our distributor. And we did a deal with Gas Pedal and Red Nose and all of that stuff. But ultimately, like, we didn't have to do the whole Universal shit. Like, we didn't have to do that. I think if Sage stays independent, he would have been one of the richest and most successful Bay Area artists of all time. Of all time. Yeah. And I'm not talking about, you know, no disrespect to MC Hammer and Vogue and shit like that, but I'm talking about, like, Sage the Gemini was on pace to be one of the greatest artists out of the Bay Area ever at that time.
Yeah, with those tracks for sure.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, with those tracks for sure, it's like that's what everyone.
Yeah, but see, the thing is like, and I don't want to spend too much time on him. I just don't. Yeah. But I just want to be honest about his artistry, because sometimes people think I'm on some bitter shit because of how our relationship may have ended. But that's not the case here. I'm just gonna be honest. That man is talented as fuck when it comes to music. And he got some skills that a lot of these guys couldn't even fuck with. So like Gas Pedal and Red Nose wasn't shit. He had some shit coming for like the shit I know about, it would have shut everybody's shit down. Wouldn't be no HBK gang, wouldn't be nothing.
Ooh.
Like he was finna make this shit something else.
He was about to eat that whole thing.
Yeah, he was finna be like our Drake or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Dead ass. We like that boy is talented, man. He sings, he raps, he makes beats. Bro, that nigga's crazy. Yeah.
The Bay Area landscape would look hella different.
100,000%. Like and he didn't even realize how much of a gem he was. People stole all his shit, all his sounds, all his Nexus plugins. Like I know everything, bro. I'm just being honest, and he didn't even realize it. Like, bro, you got the sauce, and they taking it from you. Hello.
That's hard though.
You know what I'm saying? But he was just so impressionable, and he wanted to be around the guys he was fans of. You know, and I always appreciated that about him because he never stopped being a fan. Like every time we would meet certain artists and shit, I'd be like, man, that's just such and such. But he would still let it be known, like, hey, bro, I fuck with your music, and he was always a fan of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't too cool to let somebody know he fuck with their music. But that's why he was so great to me, because I'm like, bro, this nigga is a real artist. Like, I learned about being an artist, being around him for sure. That's real talk. And that's the last thing I'm gonna say in good praise. But I'm a real nigga. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I know it's a lot of people thinking like I'm on some hater shit, but I'm not, bro. Trust me, that nigga raw. Period.
Drop them jewels. Give them flowers, man.
Yeah.
We need more of that too.
Yeah, niggas be lying because they got issues with people. I don't give a fuck about that no more. I mean, we talking about facts. We on y'all platform. We gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
You're not gonna get a lot of arguments out of that statement. You know what I mean? Because niggas
can't argue with me. They can't. They can't argue with me specifically. They can argue with their mama about it or something. But arguing with me about it would be ridiculous. I know everything.
I mean, fair. You have all the info. You were there.
Yeah, I think I was right there. The fuck.
What are they gonna say?
Yeah, man. But anyway, shit. It's T. Carriér. Goddamn.
Oh man.
I'm just playing, man.
So, shoot. I mean, we're probably gonna bounce all over the place.
I ain't tripping. Wherever you want to
go.
But
talk about how you got started. Like, what made you decide? Like, I bet let me start getting into the music biz and like rapping, managing, all that shit. Yeah,
man. I was like we was talking earlier off air or whatever. You know, it started for me really in high school, bro. Because I never did music like that. I never wanted to be a rapper. Put it like that. I was trying to do R&B and shit. Like I wanted to sing. You know, I was in like the chorus and different little things like that, trying to learn how to sing to the women, bro. That's really what I wanted to do. Because like in my household, my mom only really let me listen to R&B, you feel me? And rap hadn't really reached its pinnacle yet. It wasn't like the first thing for like.
So you could get away from it. You had more space.
Yeah, I never really was connected to it. Like I was always connected to R&B only. And then I remember going through this weird phase with my voice when I got to like freshman, sophomore year.
Over.
I was like, whoa, this Usher song don't sound
over.
What note is this? Like, I couldn't sing shit because my voice was changing and shit, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? So I kind of lost my confidence with the singing shit. But then I met these homies, at the schoolhouse that was rapping and shit. And they had a little motion already. They was calling themselves the Rugrats, and it was tight. My partner Josh and my partner Aaron and all of that shit, man. They had the schoolhouse lit. And I was like, man, what the fuck they doing? Like, and they was doing like covers of like other popular rap songs, but like doing their own version to the instrumental and shit. And it was kind of fly. And I was like, damn, man, at least they doing music. I want to be a part of that somehow. So I kind of started like fucking with them and, trying to figure out a way to be a rapper now. And I started learning how to rap like damn near for real that year.
Did you base it off of other music? You listening to other things and they kind of get you?
I studied Lil Wayne.
Wow.
I was listening to a lot of Wayne. I think the Lights Out album had just came out. I don't know. I'm old. I got to think about it. But it's one of them albums that just came out where I was using it as like my fucking reference. Like, okay, whatever flow that was, I'm going to take that one and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to flip it. I was doing my best version of Lil Wayne the whole time. Period. All the way up until like 2013.
Gangster.
Real shit. Like it was just like at that point it was just like in me.
Yeah.
Because I had done it so many times. I could do Squad Wayne, I could do Hot Boys Wayne. Like
what about Jay-Z Wayne?
So That was the other thing. So like,
see, that was when I started liking Jay-Z.
So look, I'm watching one of them little YouTubes he had when he was on the bus, and he was talking about like, yeah, you know, I don't write because Jay don't write.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I threw my notebook across the fucking
right.
I said, these niggas ain't writing. I'm
Yeah.
over here spending all this time with these words, nigga. Boom, nigga threw that shit. So then now I'm like, I don't write. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that motherfucking freestyling now and shit. I'm like, but then I found out he got it from Jay, so I'm like, shit. I gotta study this nigga too. So then I go watch Fade to Black. I'll learn how to, you feel me, do what he did. Like I was stealing from all these rap niggas. And then so like, I think that's why I be telling people like, I'm such a fucking like sponge. I didn't soaked up everybody's shit.
Ooh.
I can rap like all these niggas. But it's like, I didn't want to rap.
Yeah.
I wanted to do other shit, you know what I'm saying? And then like, that's how I got into the managing thing. Cause like, you know, when I started the Black Money thing, of course, I was pushing myself as the artist, but like, when you got a guy next to you that has a viral hit, you say, fuck your album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have that in me. I don't give a fuck. Whatever's moving, we own that. I'm not a jealous nigga whatsoever. So I've never been the kind of like try to step on something if it's moving. Like, if it's moving, hey, you, shut the fuck up. We over here.
We're doing that now.
Quit your job and come over here. Like, I was telling niggas, like, quit your job. We finna go do this. Like, dead ass, bro. I believe in niggas. So I wasn't, you know, no ego in that, bro. So that's when I realized I could be the executive because I'm like, I didn't have no emotion with that. Like, that was actually like a power play.
That is, that's amazing.
And that's what led me to being able to meet the Gazis and, you know, really have a pulse on how Empire was created and shit like that. Like, I feel real good about that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, things don't always have to be like forever. You know what I'm saying? But just being able to have like relationships where, you know, it really mattered is important. So yeah, man, like, I had a blast, you know, even just trying to learn how to be on that side.
How long were you locked in? Are you still Empire? You still go through?
Yeah, I mean, I'm lifetime with Empire.
Yeah, that's
like,
right. That's right.
A lot of you artists can't even see y'all dashboard. Woo! I'm gonna keep it honest with you. A lot of y'all ain't even got full logins.
They're not getting the data?
Yeah, y'all got to email the content team and shit.
Oh.
I could just log on and look at my shit.
And that's the whole game right there. That's it.
I could just log on.
Yeah.
And be like, damn, what the fuck Apple Music did this week?
Damn.
But see, that's how, you know, DistroKid and all of those platforms allow that anyway. Like, and Empire, you know, created a platform where you could do that on a bigger scale because they have other relationships. So you can get some marketing and you can get some, you know, stuff like that going. But I actually had a distro deal and I did a album deal with them at some point. So, you know, we was in business and still are.
Shout out to Ghazi too, because I remember
big shout out.
Back in the days, like I was doing a mixtape with the homie DJ Natural, and he fooled with Furious real tough.
Shout out Furious too.
Yeah, I mean, man, we were mixing the song or I mastering. Hey, call Ghazi. I just called him up, and you typically just can't get somebody who's mastering. Yeah, it's hard to get. You know, like it's sometimes it's just like a little man, like quick fast. So he comes from the soil of, you know, the artist. So
can't nobody say nothing bad to me about Ghazi, bro. The Ghazi is my real brother. You know what I'm saying? He the first person to put rap money in my pocket. He the first person, you know, like real talk, like when my mom when that happened last year, he really came through in a real way. I ain't gonna speak on it like to the point of, you know what I mean? But like, bro, he came through in a real way. Like, that's my brother for life type shit. And so people be kind of like, oh, what happened with your Empire? Like, nigga, nothing. We still, nigga, what? What is you talking about? Yeah, I love Empire because they changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, it's real shit.
What you got, man?
I was gonna say too, like, you kind of pivoting and doing the executive side of it.
Yeah,
it kind of reminded me a lot of what Skino was saying too. Like, hey, sometimes you rapping isn't the move. Sometimes you gotta do something else, or like find the right spot for you, and you can still work in it.
I mean, if you look at it from a corporate aspect, right? You might start off in an entry level position when you go in there. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get promoted, you get higher up, right? So learning all aspects of the job is just good anyway.
Yeah.
Because you never know at what point you may need that information. So like now that I'm being forced to be an independent act, I know how to run a label. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't already seen it firsthand. So now I have a better understanding of like when I have meetings about my music, I'm not looking at T. Carriér as the art, like me as the artist. I'm looking at it as like separate. Like, okay, we got these T. Carriér albums coming up. Like I'm talking damn near in third person. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't view me as me in that way.
It's like a separate entity.
It. Yeah, I understand it now. Like before, I might have just been too emotionally attached to my music and shit. Like a motherfucker tell me they don't like a song, I take it personal. Now I look at it like, okay, well, hold on, what song do I need to push then? Like, if this ain't the one, then what is the one? You know, like I have a more deductive reasoning when I think about I'm not attached to it that way. Like, it's weird, kind of.
No, that makes sense though, because I mean, you did just put out 4 albums, damn near back to back. Yeah, and I know. I mean, you messaged me directly, like, "Hey, how you feel about it?" Like,
you should hear the ones I didn't put out. Yeah, like that's 4 albums. What to my 32 songs? Yeah, I scratched like 50 of them just because I didn't like them.
Damn.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like going back to that though, like you actually went in, did the research. You reached out to people, like, "Hey, what's hidden? What's not hidden?" And is that kind of what pivoted you to doing those specific videos or even the challenge?
That's a good question. I mean, honestly, man, I just made music. Like when I did the Strength album, for example, and appreciate you showing love to it, by the way. Both of y'all too. I think y'all both were showing love. Yeah. But that album, I specifically wanted to cater to like West Coast gangster shit. Yeah. Specifically, like because that was the shit that my parents enjoyed listening to. So like, you know, what everything that just took place with my parents, I wanted that to be like their soundtrack.
I got you.
Yeah, like because if they heard me make that type of rap from the jump, they would have been like,
it's crazy,
you know. So I made that for them, and then like it turned out to be a really successful project out of nowhere. It ended up charting and all kind of shit. So, so then it's like each one kind of had its own theme, basically, you know. And then Focus was more of an R&B driven record. I mean album. Because that's, you know, just the music I like making. And then I did Grinding While Grieving, which was a little bit more, you know, for the hustlers and shit like that. And then Crash Out Mode was for, you know, that was like for commercial success. Yeah.
And then for this last album run, so I didn't know he produced. I didn't know.
I know we found this out right before we started.
Yeah.
And typically I try to stay up to that. So on these projects, you were pulled in. You pulled yourself in as a producer. You produced a good chunk of it.
For sure. I wanted to keep my my overhead low. You know what I'm saying? I recorded it. I mixed and mastered it. I produced the majority of it. Shout out to my brother Damie though, because he did a big portion of it as well. Like some of the more, you know, eclectic records, he did those, and I did a lot of the slaps, just straight bangers. So yeah, man, we came together and just sort of, you know. We had an idea probably like the year before to do another album that I'm still working on, but I just kind of went in a new direction because I had to take a break from music for a while, you know what I'm saying? And then when I came back to it, I was like, okay, well, some of those records, we'll put them over here and then we'll just make some new shit. So, yeah, that was like a whole process, but 4 months, you know, 4 albums in 4 months. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
And you said your daughter
she put the
flame up under you.
Man, she is so honest to like, bro. So we FaceTiming and shit, and I'm damn near getting ready to record, and she was just like, "Yeah, like you got to put some music out, dude." She was like, "Your Spotify is weak."
Damn.
She said, "Your Spotify is weak." She said she was at school showing her friends, and she was like, "Damn, this shit weak. Like what the fuck?"
She was like, "That ain't it."
Yeah, she was like, "You got to put some shit out." So I felt the way. I was like, "Oh damn." Like the kids at the school is judging my numbers.
Oh, what?
And honestly, I don't give a fuck about those numbers, bro. Yeah. Like, fuck that number shit, bro. I mean, I want numbers. Please listen to my shit. But I'm talking about like the way we view it and shit. Like, fuck those numbers, bro. Everything is so fabricated, bro. Like, it's unfair, bro. Like, and I'm finna tell on some of you niggas, bro, because like all them numbers and shit don't matter. Y'all should be hella weak still. So it's not like we have heard this song hella places. Like, I come from a time, nigga, where the song got played places. And then you knew it was lit. Like, nigga, I went to a club one time, man, shout out to Love Ranch, because, bro, like, I had a record on KML called Blowing Up My Phone, bro. I'm thinking I'm finna get a new house and all kind of shit.
You out of here.
Yeah, I'm acting crazy over it. I'm acting crazy over damn it's late. You know what I'm saying? Like, my shit came on at 2 a.m. and I'm lit thinking I'm the nigga. Like, I'm talking crazy, right? So then my boy say, hey, you know, Love Ranch is throwing a party in the city. And, you know, Ranch was always a party promoter before he was a rapper. So we go to his shit. And I'm thinking I'm just going to a Love Ranch party. Bro, this nigga played Up for the first time, at least I heard, in the club.
Whoa.
A random, like, this never been out before. But it's hella niggas on stage that obviously knew the song. So they're dancing together.
Yeah.
And I'm in the crowd feeling so fucking left out. I'm like, what the fuck song is this? And everybody knew it. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
oh, what about my song on KML, bro? Like, it's over.
That ain't the one.
It's over, bro. But then every time I left the place, bro, I'm hearing Love Rent song everywhere. What fucking number was that? We didn't see the number, but we heard the motherfucking song out. Some of you niggas have numbers and I've never heard your records, bro. So what are we talking about, bro?
Damn.
I don't give a fuck about numbers. I care about impact. I seen the homie Chuck English say that.
This is crazy, man.
Chuck English said the same shit just recently.
Yeah, we wild right now. We wild. It's a wild time. It's a route. It's a wild time.
Fuck those numbers, man.
This is like, 5 on it. There wasn't no numbers.
Yeah, where was the numbers at? But it's still there.
5 on it. You walked in the spot.
You know it.
You went to the Alameda County Fair. That's all you heard. Each car.
Bro, I was at a random club in San Diego and heard one of my songs come. The fuck is we talking about? Like, if you got a song that people know, it's out there. You ain't gotta look on Spotify to see if it's popular on the. What the fuck is y'all doing?
Oh yeah.
If your shit is tight, bro, we gonna know about it.
I think I feel like we coming. I feel like we coming to a bubble burst.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're hitting that time where. It's almost like when the blog era, like the blogs were popping, and y'all cats, or the clique was on the radio.
Yeah,
and I'm teamed up with the homies, and we hitting the blogs. Like we on the Two Dope Boys and the Pitchforks and all that. We killing all that, but as far as everything else, it's like quick story. Wiz hit us up like, yo. His management hit our management up like, yo, we about to open up. We're about to do a show at the Fillmore. You guys want to open because you guys killing the blogs. You know what I'm saying? We think, y'all bring in 200, 150, whatever the number was.
Oh, no.
Right.
And we like,
right.
I mean? I don't want, thank you. Y'all seen us on the Fader and all that. But when it comes to bringing the bodies, it's a different game. So I feel like you guys were right on that cusp.
We saying the same thing then.
Yeah. Right on that cusp of still having live bodies.
They have a way of making us look popular. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'll never forget. And guys, I'm gonna tell the story. When we went to Cheesecake Factory one time in Macy's. Like we walked from the Empire and just had lunch one day, and he was telling me about some shit that was coming. He was like, "Hey, so look, there's this new thing coming." Where it's gonna be, basically people can stream your shit. I was like, what is it called? He said Spotify.
Gangster.
I was like, okay, so I'm still gonna get paid though, right? Because I was, hey, we was in the iTunes ringtones era, so I'm used to that.
Money.
Yeah, I'm used to that money. So when he was like the streaming shit, I'm like, as long as we still making money, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of really was like breaking it down. Like I didn't understand it because I wanted to eat my food, but he kind of told me it's finna change, and they got these things called playlists where we gonna basically be able to get with the playlisters. And I was like, I guess. Yeah, I was like, whatever you say, bro. I trust you. You know what I'm saying? And that's when that was right on the 2014 going into 2015.
Yes.
And then that's when Spotify came out. And then shortly after, Jimmy Iovine and them came up with Apple Music. And they used Drake to be their first. I think it was Views, or was it Views?
Yeah, but sure. So.
I think it was they launched their platform with Drake.
With Drake, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also at that time, Chance had his project exclusive on Apple Music.
Yeah, they were trying to make it the new hotspot, but Spotify came out first.
Yeah. Hard to get people to switch.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep, changed the game. My check's been different ever since.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a good way either.
Not in a good way at all. Not in a good way at all. It's significantly different. Yep.
Do you feel like, so you just dropped 4 projects, do you feel like that's the model to just kind of slam it, you know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I mean, I always think I know, and then something happens where it changes, right? So I just wanted to put that stuff out because I felt like it was good music, and I felt like I didn't want to deprive people no more. Because I always had this weird thing about trying to be Mystique and shit, drop every 4 albums. What the fuck is that bullshit we do?
Yeah.
I don't know why artists think we got somebody actually waiting on this shit. Nobody actually waiting on this shit, bro.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Damn.
What I'm saying is whatever fans we think is really waiting on our albums, we don't have that kind of fan base.
No,
that's really fucking waiting, bro. So put it out. Like all that, like, oh yeah, I got to pick a date. What you mean you got to pick a date, nigga? Just put the music out.
Put it out. Yeah, just put it out.
So I can't drop because I'm going to compete with so and so.
Like nigga Drake, whatever number Drake gonna do, he gonna do that. You can't. Don't worry about your shit, bro. You put your shit out. You know, like it's so weird that we do that. You know that shit.
And vice versa though too. You know, vice versa. Like Drake put something out, you put something out. People that rock with you, they're gonna get with it anyway.
But I don't have enough fans to say
that's a different.
Y'all waiting on this?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
nobody gives a fuck. If I was done with that, if I had that cachet right now, I wouldn't be doing certain shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like we got to be real with where we at in our careers. So I'm like holding on to this music. I got so much slaps in my shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dump them.
Put them out. And that was the best thing I ever did, man. I actually I gained a lot of fans in this past little stint of these 4 albums, and I feel like people are still just now like gravitating to some of the albums. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing a bunch of visuals this year to like all of those songs.
All of them, yeah.
But Crash Out Mode has been the most successful one, so
nice.
I'm kind of like stuck in that world right now. But yeah, I got some shit coming for all of those records, man. Yeah.
Nice. No, that makes sense too. And I mean, I've seen you just constantly promoting it too. Like just all the projects, all the music, everything.
It's good music, man. Yeah. This is the first batch of music I stand on wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my shit prior to that, it didn't have nothing to it really, but like me venting and shit. Like you can get some real introspective shit from that music, but like who gives a fuck what I was feeling?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's be honest, bro. That shit's real like sappy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like I needed a therapist or something. Because I was trying to heal myself, but I was just putting it in the music.
You was trying to use the music.
That shit's sleepy though. Like, fuck that shit. Like, this shit here is like the perfect combination of that and some slaps.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the blend. Yeah. You blended in the...
It's that and some fucking slaps. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody want to hear that sleepy ass shit I had playing. Like, for real.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was gonna say too. Like, it sounds like this batch of albums, like, you kind of figured yourself out and like just ran into it.
So check this out, like, and some of my fans gonna appreciate this because ever since I changed my name, it looked like I've been doing my damnedest to stay away from that type of music. You know what I'm saying? Because like Smoothie Baby was known for making party records and up-tempo club records and shit like that. And when I changed my name, I wanted to make it clear, like, this is something else. So I was doing like almost too far left. You know what I'm saying? Like
you did the Kevin Allen.
I did the flip.
You snapped. Yeah,
no, Kevin Allen did the T. Carriér.
I was going to say,
I'm not going to let him off the hook because I changed my name first, nigga. Mm-hmm. I set the tone. I said, you don't have to stay there, y'all. Y'all could change your name. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just do it.
Damn. Okay, I was giving him a lot of props. Sorry.
No, you gotta read bro. But hey, we was at Oaklandish, and I'm gonna tell this story. I'm telling all you niggas truths. That's my big brother, by the way. Mm-hmm. We was at Oaklandish at 108K's album release, and I seen him on the street because he had just put up his new name. I said, bro, what we doing? Why you change? He said, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. When I seen you do your shit, I was thinking like, man, I might want to fuck around. You know what I'm saying? And that was just between me and him, but I respect him though because he told me that.
He didn't have to
you know what I'm saying? He didn't have to tell me that shit. He wasn't trying to be on no weird shit. He was just being real. Like, nigga, you kind of made me realize, like, man, yeah, I'm just saying, like, but that's not the point of that story. No, my point was, I wanted to make it clear the music was different.
So you went, you did the juxtapose completely on the opposite side.
And I lost people with that. I lost people with that. Like, some people was trying to fuck with me though. I shout out to the niggas that was still trying to understand. There was a few niggas like, I hear you, brother. I understand, but you know, hey.
Just give me a little more.
Give me a little more. Some people was riding with me, but a lot of motherfuckers was like, hell no, man, we finna go get on this all black. We gonna get on this Rest Life Raj, nigga. You on some other shit. Them niggas got clapped still. You over here doing anything. So what I realized was like I didn't have to stop being creative in that way. I just needed to find a way to talk about different shit. And that's what this music is. It's like the grown man version of Smoothie Baby. That's exactly what it is.
There was a time when it was like, you know, high tech, quality, Reflection Eternal, Goody Mob, all that. So that was kind of the space where cats would be like, all right, now it's kind of like political. So, you know, this was a frame when I started producing and MCing. But to me, it was like the zone is Goody Mob, Outkast. So I feel like I lost some flavor though. You know, I lost some flavor for the message.
Yeah.
So it took time to be like, let me get back to just the flavor and put the message in, now it makes sense. I lost, you know what I'm saying?
People want to jam to shit, bro.
Yeah,
they want some shit that slap.
Yeah,
they want
some flavor.
They want some vibes, bro. Like, if we learned anything from this Kendrick and Drake beef, and I'm not trying to go there, but if we learned anything from it sonically is that slaps always win. Slaps always win, bro. It's undeniable. I don't give a fuck what you rapping about. If it's slap, I'm on that shit. So that's what we learned about. Like when I go into making music now, I don't give a fuck about like trying to make a certain type of record. I just want that shit to slap. That shit gotta go. That's how I feel now.
So, do you lose anything when you subscribe to just a slap? Does it still have there's a longevity? Does a song last 15, 20 years? Or is that even important? Do you care about that? You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with either side, though. You could be like, man, I'm doing this for right now and I need to slap. If it lasts for the next summer, I'm good to go. Or do you say, I want to be around, I want to be a legacy. I want to be De La Soul. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking 25 years down the line,
right.
This is what it is. I'm
going to tell you the truth, brother. We're going to have a real conversation. Y'all ever heard of a song called Before I Let Go by Frankie Beverly?
Oh, that's one of my go-tos. I play when I DJ 99% of the time.
That's a slap, though.
Undeniable. You put it on if you need something. Yeah. If you in the crates and you like, that's the one you go to.
So my point is, he made a slap that's undeniable and it's timeless. Okay. So now you got to look at it like, we rappers and shit, but we can make timeless slaps. We have to at least go into it with that.
Go into it. I got you.
We can't just think dope beat, no substance, no dope hook, no nothing. Like, we still got to be good songwriters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a song on Crash Out Mode called Back at It. And it's one of the best songs I ever wrote just because of the structure alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to that shit, it grabs your attention right away. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like your pen, like motherfuckers' pens don't be good. That's the problem. It's like the beat be hard. Like sometimes my young niggas play me some shit, I'd be like, nigga, who is this? This shit hard. But then when I'm listening to the words, he ain't saying nothing.
It doesn't stick with you.
And I'm like, damn, this nigga, nigga, let me get this shit. I got some shit to say, right? Like the pen we're lacking a lot of pen. You know what I'm saying? That's why
the beats, though. The beats
be there, but the pen ain't there. Like, shout out to DJ Torre, man. I gotta tell this story, bro, because he the reason why my pen got sharp. Because I'm at his studio, he wanted to get me on this like compilation that he was doing with like all the spitters in the Bay and all that. He was like, telling me about this J Wald and I got these records I want to put out.
You got Neo on that too, right?
I think so. Okay, I'm not on it though. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, okay.
This is the real shit right here, and I went to Hyro's, headquarters, and D Sharp is in there. We getting ready to cut a record, and before we did anything, we were just chopping it up about the game, just about hip hop and shit. You feel me? Like, just soaking it all in. You know what I mean? But in that moment, I realized how much of a fan of hip hop I was not. Like, I fuck with rap, but I wasn't really a student of the game like that. These niggas was schooling me, so I was shutting the fuck up a little bit.
Fall back.
I fell, all the way back. So then it came down to it, right? Like Torre was like, hey, so, like, what's your vibe? Like, what kind of beats, because we were getting ready to do some beats. I'm like, man, just put on whatever. I'm talking crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga was like, all right, well, you got something. Like, well, spit something. He was like, just spit a verse. I'm like, what you mean? I don't write. Remember that Lil Wayne bullshit I just told y'all? I was
Go back 20 minutes.
I don't write. What you mean, dog? He like, okay. He was like, well, you don't got like no verses that you could just like remember real quick and we could just hear it. Like, I was like, nigga, I don't do that. I was like, I'll make a song if you want to put the beat on and we can figure that part out. What the fuck is we talking about, right? So he kind of looked at me and was like, okay, shit, okay. So I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know, whatever. But I'm thinking he about to put a beat on soon. So I started talking to Sharp, and then I realized like, this nigga's like turning lights off and shit. And like grabbing his keys and shit. I'm like, maybe he got to go grab something from the front or something. And so next thing you know, he was like, yeah, man, I got to go bust a move. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? We didn't even do the record. What the fuck? Yeah, he shut it down on me, bro. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? He was like, yeah, we'll get together another time. And then I was just like, damn, okay.
Damn.
So check it out. I get in my car to leave, and I sat there for like 2-3 minutes like, hey, this nigga just kicked me out the studio. Like,
yeah. On the low.
And so, man, I took that with me on the way all the way back to fucking Vacaville. I'm driving home and shit.
Damn. Ooh.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, that was a lesson right there, bro. Like, I need to learn what the fuck I'm doing here. Because he come from this shit, like, he damn near, like, put his life on the line for, like, hip-hop and shit.
Right.
No.
And I'm in here like, man, fuck that shit. Nigga, I just be doing this shit for fun type shit. So I think I offended him. I think I made him mad, all kind of shit. And he just respectfully said, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So fast forward to like 2018, I made my album Extreme Sacrifices. I mentioned that shit on the intro. I say, Torre told me spit a verse. I told him I don't write rhymes like a jerk. And what's worse, I said some other shit too, but like I seen him and told him that shit in person. I was like, hey bro, you changed my life that day. He don't even remember. He was like, oh shit, yeah, whatever.
See, but that's
You
how
just kept it
pass.
pushing.
He kept it pushing. It was a high road day though. I seen him at High Road Day and just told him like, bro, I appreciate that because it was because of that conversation that had me perform at High Road Day in the first place. Yeah.
Boy, he dropped the jewel on you. He
for
dropped the
sure.
jewel on you.
For sure.
Like, man, come to the spot. You know what I mean? And
He told me to
respect
take
the
that
architect.
motherfucking songwriting shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Have something to say. Write some verses, man.
You in the Hyro building too, so you know.
Yeah,
you know,
disrespectful, dumb fuck. Yeah, I would have kicked me out too. Nigga.
Yeah, shout out Torre, man. That's just young staple, young pillar out here. And I always shout out to cats like that stay in the ecosystem to bring new cats in, usher new cats in, as opposed to being cats that have established themselves in the Bay Area and then go hide away and just ride the wave.
Right where they got left.
Yeah, ride. What is it? Ride in the what is this when you just kind of
Cruise?
what's the term?
Oh.
The term when you just laurels or
Resting on your laurels.
resting on your laurels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of I did this 93 to infinity. I'm good. I don't need to worry about everything else besides that. So shout out Torre, man.
Yeah, big time, big time.
Oh, Hyro.
Big
Hell yeah.
time.
And while you were saying that or telling that story, I was thinking, man, like you probably weren't the only person that did that, and not necessarily in that same studio.
Probably
but
not.
People probably were like, "Yo, like, do you have a verse ready?" Like,
Yeah.
no, I just do it off top.
Yeah, I think he had enough of that. I think that day was like his breaking point. He was like, I'm getting the fuck out of this studio before I say something I don't want to say. So he was very nice about it. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
That was probably the nicest. That was the nicest dismissal I've ever received.
I could imagine doing that to somebody.
Yeah, he got
Easily.
me.
If you've been in the studio and you kind of like this, I got a system. I'm trying to work towards something. Hey man, you got a verse? No, I definitely. Yeah, I would have done it.
Just go on to the next thing.
I've probably done versions of that where I'm like, oh, okay.
Man, I just knew in that moment I wasn't a professional rapper. Like, I was very unprofessional that day. And I had to get to a point where I started taking the artist side just as serious as the business side. Because I would always try to skip past the art shit and just get straight to the business.
That's true because you're usually reverse.
Yeah, but I wasn't a pure rapper in that. If I can't sing, fuck all this shit. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, like I do enjoy rap, and I've gotten really fucking good at it. So now it's kind of fun because it's like when you learn how to play the game, you're like, oh shit, this is kind of tight. Yeah, so now I can rap my ass off.
Yeah, you can play. You can play now. You can wiggle.
Now they in trouble. I got my handles up.
Mm.
I bought some VCs. Niggas is in trouble now. Shit. Yeah, I learned how to rap for real. And I don't sound like nobody else. That's important.
That's true. I mean, especially coming from where you started.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't really count a lot of my earlier. I look at it as just like
training.
Yeah, just like training, man. Like, Kobe Bryant is also one of my unofficial mentors. And, he studied Michael Jordan so much that people say, God damn, he played like Michael Jordan. Right? So, like...
And he took that personally.
He took it personally, but he also played exactly like Michael Jordan. And there's certain things that he did a little different, though. But it ultimately became like, 1A and 1B at some point. But that's how I looked at it. Instead of me getting down on myself, I'm like, well, fuck it. I was always chasing the greatest, though. I never studied my peers. I never studied my peers. I know too many of us that studying our peers.
Ooh.
I was aiming up. Like,
Ooh.
I'm going to go study those guys. And now I can rap better than, you know what I'm saying, most guys.
Ooh. Let's have a little Bay. That feels like a good Bay transition right there.
Let's do it.
We're gonna get the microscope and so as far as influences, we talk about Wayne.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the artist, yourself coming from, the area, do you feel like it's an advantage to look outside of the Bay for the influence, or do you feel like, you should kind of tap into the local flavor?
That's a good question. I think it's inevitable at some point because the era, at least I come from, we didn't have many like Bay Area superstars yet. You know what I mean? We only had a few people that were being championed as superstars. Maybe Too Short and E40
Still,
only.
yeah.
Mac Dre was like,
he was.
That was my high school year. So like Dre was going up. Dre was going up when I was in high school, but it wasn't like we didn't have nobody to follow yet. Like, not like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the generation that really sparked it was my generation, bro. I'm just being honest. Like, it was just so much going on. It made everybody say, I could do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of, like the generation before us, they probably had the most independent hustle about it because they was really on their shit. I don't want to misspeak because I know it's too many JT and all them niggas. They had that shit rocking, bro. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the ecosystem of everybody believing in it as like superstars, though. Because people still was kind of like accessible, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Like people started seeing like, oh wait, we
had kids like really signing like autographs and shit. Like, like you ever been to like one of our like signings or like store, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it used to be lines around the corner. Pink Dolphin, Hate Street tore up.
Wow.
Kids outside waiting. You ever been to a Cool John Smart party? Like,
wow, that was at the house, right?
Yeah, at the house.
I just heard of it. I never.
Cool John threw a party on Broadway in San Francisco. It was supposed to be at a place in San Francisco.
Yeah.
They shut the whole Broadway down.
Damn.
That many people came out. It was like we shut Broadway down, bro. In San Francisco, like we used to have fans out.
See, that's a different. And
like
that's not even that long ago, but it feels like a universe ago because it's hard right now to be like for any artist to even gather that much attention to be like, we're gonna go do the thing and then shut the whole thing and
everything was different. Like we had like fans, bro. Like people, was really like showing up for these shows, and we had big concerts out here, like the Blue Flame concerts at DNA Lounge, and like we had big shit going on, like just theatrical type shit,
right?
That made people really want to come out to these events, like and I don't think. If I would have saw that growing up, I probably would have been influenced by somebody in that circle. But it doesn't surprise me when I see a bunch of kids that rap like me or rap like Sue or rap like Pilo. Like we kind of them, we the people that they looked up to.
Yeah, and that's tight. That's tight to have that type of
hell yeah.
Folks that hold that space where you have a different, and it's a different flavor too.
For sure.
As opposed to the kind of like the general flavor out here. Just giving, what I mean? Like I was saying, I don't know, it could have been last time. When we generally met is when I was doing my Friendly Fire radio show like every week.
Yes.
And I stumbled on it. I was like, I got another one.
Yes. You showed a lot of love, bro. I appreciate that.
But it took a minute. Like I was saying before, it took a minute. It was only an hour long. It'd be like one show, it'd be like 50 minutes of just all over the place, and then I have like 2 songs from the Bay, and then it just started,
right.
Oh, I got a whole hour worth of just the local cats,
right?
But it takes a minute to even develop like that. You know what I mean? So
we had to turn the ecosystem up, man. And I do know, like it's a lot of it's not my business to tell, but like when Love Rant's record popped, that brought more of the industry to the Bay. That let them look over here and say, what else y'all got?
What else?
And that made it easy for, Gas Pedal and a few other records to really
open
cut
the
through.
Door.
Yeah. And that's, that became the sound for a good year or two. Everybody had a bass slap. Yo Gotti had Act Right. Tiger had what was the other one? Clap City. And
it was just it was a string. Yeah, it was a string of them. If you was DJing, I was full blown
2
DJing.
Chainz, I'm different.
Yeah.
Like, R.I.P. Jeezy. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, that's when we turned it up.
You kind of cracking the code right now.
I was there for it. I just happened to be there for it. I didn't even realize it though until now. You know, hindsight.
Yeah, you look back on it, you're like, ooh.
I was right in the middle of it. Yeah, right in the middle of it. It's a good little time.
So it feels like what you're saying is like what's happening now. Do we have anybody shining that beacon to where, you know, hey, this song is popping. What else is happening around there? Do we man?
Right now, the best thing we have going right now is LaRussell. And it took a while for me to truly understand what he was doing because I met him at a different time when he was going by a different name, and a lot of his music kind of spoke in a different way. He hasn't deviated much from that, but you know, it's a little different than what I first ran into. So I wasn't really sure what was going on, but I see it now more than ever. You know, he's very essential to what's going on. Very much like how Cool John was for my generation. Cool John kind of served as the glue. He brought everybody together.
Damn, boy. Ooh,
you know, he had a vision. Like, he had a vision, real shit. Like, because at the end of the day, like, Cool John probably made my career more successful than most people because he just put me in the right situations, you feel me? So I trusted him a lot. He had a vision. And it wasn't just him, but it was a collective of us that put our minds together. You from Richmond, you from the city, you living in Fairfield. Like, hey, let's just make this whole shit go up. And so, like, I feel like we had our time to set the tone in that way, which might inspire a guy like LaRussell or something.
Man,
and,
you ain't lying, man. You drop us from.
And now LaRussell is doing that for his generation and bringing even the generation before us back around. You know what I'm saying? So
pulling Rich in.
Like he's bringing
kind of uniting the Bay again.
Yeah, he's bridging the gap between the young and the old, and making the Bay unified in a real way. And I gotta take my hat off to him because, like I said at first, I was kind of, you know, I'm just an old nigga. I'm like, what is he doing with all that other shit? Like, why the words on the screen and shit? I'm so fucking, you know what I'm saying? But I'm learning from the little nigga.
I can hear the words.
Yeah, but I'm learning from the nigga, bro. Like he's showing niggas some shit. Like I told you, I'm not too in my head to think that I can't learn from somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I see what he's doing, and I think it's dope as fuck. And I think everybody got to kind of chill out and not try to do exactly what he's doing, though. Yeah. I do think that needs to happen. I think everybody needs to calibrate their situation and see what works for them. Don't copy LaRussell. It works for LaRussell. And he's doing a damn good job at it. But don't try to
inspired, but
don't do that because then it makes things, you know, disingenuous. So, you know, stick to what you know. Stick to what you know best.
And kind of like when you started out, you were hopping in, borrowing from other artists. Like, it might make sense for a minute. Yeah, but you eventually learned from it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, you know how they always, you know, have those little comments like, oh, what would you tell your 18-year-old self? One of the first things I would tell myself is like, bro, be yourself. Just be yourself, because like you'll get a lot further doing that. And I think that's why we're looking at a living version of that with LaRussell as well. You know, he's being himself. You can't deny that. Whether you disagree with any of the music or anything, it is what it is. It's
you know what's so cold-blooded about that is it's such a simple be yourself. It's like a cliche. Hey, just be yourself. But there's really, when you got LaRussell, he's showing us he's being himself. But that doesn't become the trend, though. That still isn't the trend of like, people don't look at that and go, he's being himself. If I could just be myself, people still look at that and go,
Because you got to be secure with yourself. Man. When you have a lot of insecurities and you're not living right, or like say you got things about you that you're ashamed of, or you know, shit like that, you have to put up a facade. Damn, dude. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately that's what's going on. It's like a lot of people don't feel as comfortable being themselves. For whatever reason, that boy don't give a fuck. He is himself.
Out there with the Crocs and I feel like killing the game.
I think the worst thing that ever happened to somebody like me was me hearing what executives say.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm thinking I'm like catering to that or something. But that shit is bullshit. I should have never even allowed people to get in my head. Like I remember, you know, I was making records very much like what I make now, and I was being told by DJs in the Bay Area, nah, you need a record like Travis Porter or, you know, some booty shaking shit to get on the radio. And shit, when you are young and you trying to make your shit go, you might think that's the move. So you say, fuck it, let me do that. And now I'm on the radio with you know, booty shaking records.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling good about it. But my mom is like, well, why you had to say all that? Like, is there another way you could have said it? And I'm like, I think, shit, I mean, I'm on the radio. What you mean? Eventually, my mom was like, well, fuck it, we on the radio.
Yeah.
She had to get with the program.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it wasn't cool to be just chasing that shit if that ain't what I believed in, nigga.
Oh, for sure.
That's weird. It's weird, bro.
And I think at some point you probably realize, wait, this isn't even what I want to do.
That's why I damn near quit. Like when I 2018, when I put out that album Extreme Sacrifices, I was damn near done with rap. I was like, fuck rap. It's damn near, you know how people say, oh, it saved my life. It damn near ruined mine at that point. So I was like, fuck all this shit. And but you know what was crazy is I put it out and then I went and just got a job. Like, fuck everything. I'm gonna unplug from the matrix.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I went and got a job, put the shit out. And I actually had an album release party that was queued up at Brick and Mortar. It was supposed to be me, Zaya Bell, Rob Woods, and LaRussell back in 2018. Yeah. This is crazy. Yeah. I canceled on everybody because I was in my head about it and it was just like, I don't want to do the show no more. But make a long story short, that was my best album. Like people was like calling me crying and shit, talking about, oh my God, this album, this song here and this song. Damn. I was like, what the fuck? And then I had this song where I made up a story about being like a side nigga or whatever, like from the perspective of the side dude. And that was like the most popular song on the album. Mm-hmm. So then I just realized like there was something there. Like, okay, well, let me find a unique way to talk to people. And it made kind of like fall back in love with just writing songs. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as the industry portion of it, I've been kind of over that shit. Like, you know, so I be feeling LaRussell when he be like, fuck them niggas. I be like, I feel it, bro. Like, fully. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you're just doing you know.
Yeah, man.
It takes a minute though. Yeah. Not to cut the wisdom, but it took a minute, you know, that journey to get to that, to feel comfortable.
But that's why you gotta allow time to be what it be. Because like everybody kind of feels like music is a young man's game, and that's not true. That's not true. Just think about like all the big Fortune 500 companies. Like a lot of those guys started it when they were in their 40s. So sometimes, even though you look at it like, oh, it's music, bro, you still got to learn your business too, though. Mm-hmm. So like, imagine like the most successful businessmen are getting it later in life. Yeah. So like, some of the most important rappers got it later in life. Like,
we wild though. We wild.
It is what it is.
That's crazy. Like you tied it all back too. Huh? You tied it all back together to it too.
Right.
Like you started doing both sides of it.
Right. Exactly. And I think there's something to be. It's okay with getting older. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just adjust with the times. And
is that an industry kind of, is that an industry-driven philosophy? You know what I mean?
The young portion of it?
Yeah, like, is that like the industry telling us, because, you know, cats have heard that for forever.
Yeah.
You know, but it feels like we've allowed the industry to tell us, hey, man, you gotta be 15 years, 6, you know what I mean? Crazy.
I mean, it is an old school philosophy for sure because the consumer itself is kids. Mm-hmm. You know, like we look at a big portion of streams and shit come from TikTok now, and that's majority kids on there, right? So the adults, when we listen to music, it's something that like we already know. We go to like what's trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying out too much new shit.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
So we gonna go back to the classics, or we gonna go to somebody new that we like that remind us of the classics. That's right. He kind of remind me of a old school Gerald Levert, but new. Like that's the kind of shit we enjoy. Mm-hmm. But you know, I thought about it like, okay, well, at some point, Jay and Nas were adults when they first came out, and there was a fan base for them. Mm-hmm. So like, where do those people go? Like when they get in their 30s and like 20s?
Well, they just go back to Nas because he won't stop.
Or they can go listen to T. Carriér.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how I look at it now. Like, it's just a dope contemporary. Like, instead of trying to cater to the kids, I have nothing for you guys. You can get some game from it though. Like when I used to listen to Hov, it was too mature for me. But I felt like he was teaching me something, you know. So you can get some game from it, but it might be a little over your head until you grow up.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah, that's what like you go listen to the Blueprint now as a grown man. I'd be like, ooh,
it's a whole different.
He was telling me, I knew it. I was doing it. So yeah, like I don't mind doing that, but I'm not trying to cater to no youngsters. Like I'm not young.
Fair.
I'm not young. There's nothing for us to talk about.
Young to somebody,
for sure. But it's like as far as like, you know, that 18 to 24 age group. Like I'm 37, brother. I can't do it. I don't even know who they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't identify with them in that way. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to talk to the people that understand what I'm talking about.
And if they catch it, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. And well, speaking on that, what is there something in the chamber? Something coming up?
Always, man. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but I am putting out Crash Out Mode Deluxe.
Okay.
Adding like 6 new records to that. Just because I want to turn it up some more. I think that album, the eight that's on there is powerful, but I just want to put some more eyes on it and then, put some more firepower behind it. Nice. And then I'm working on, collaborating with one of these boutique labels hopefully soon so we can do my big major album.
Nice. Okay.
And I just need people to stop fucking playing with me. I think that's where we got to go with it is we got to stop joking around and stop acting like it ain't what it ain't. Like, let's be real. I'm one of those guys, dude, and I think the problem is I've been allowing people to not say that. So I'm not allowing that no more. When it comes to this music shit, I have to be considerate going forward. It just is what it is. And I don't feel like it in no ego way. It's just the people need it. The people need it, bro. They need to hear these songs. They need to be able to heal from this type of shit. Bro, I just lost my mom and put out 4 albums. I don't think nobody's ever done that. Not that I know of. I'm sure somebody's going through it, at separate times in my. Bro, I've never heard of nobody doing that and putting out bangers. It's no skips really. Like, what are we talking about? A lot of y'all have been working real hard on these albums and they not good. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all albums is not good, bro. It's just not.
Fire. We need a button. I need a flame button.
It's just not. You guys are wasting a lot of time and a lot of studio time and shit. Like. I want everybody to understand, like, there's people that make music and there's people that, like, create, like, generations. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be people that study my shit even when I'm done with that shit. I'm just saying. So, like, I'm waiting for these labels that have, I probably want to do something with Empire, if I'm being honest. I'll probably do something with them because they understand the game. But I want to do that on a major scale. And then we're gonna get some of these people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, buddy. We need that.
Oh, and then, like, I don't want to talk about no acting shit really because we here to talk about bars.
Yeah. We full on forgot about.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I do got shit coming with that too. So I'm just saying, I don't want to not talk about that. But
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, next season's coming up, right?
Yeah, it's done. I mean, it's been done. Reckless Behavior season 3 is coming out.
Tubi.
Everywhere, hopefully. But that's nice. Like the thing that we've been waiting on is the distribution portion of it.
Okay.
Because we're trying to launch it on major streaming. This is going to be our best work, though. Shout out to Michaela P. Sheldon for putting together such a dope project, which is based out of the Bay Area, highlighting, the other aspect of the Bay. And what I mean by that is like the working class, post-college people. There's a community of people that kind of get overlooked when it comes to the Bay Area. We only talk about certain aspects of the Bay.
That's right.
And so what she did with her pen is outstanding. I'm glad to be a part of it. I got to direct a couple episodes. I'm starring in it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's clean, man. That's so clean.
Music supervisor, all kind of shit. God damn it, I need some more. We gotta talk off air. I gotta renegotiate my contract. I'm joking.
Just more and more added to that resume. It's like, wait a minute.
I'm joking.
Well, man, it's been great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me too.
It's been a long time coming, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. I appreciate you.
And we will have GIF. We're going to have Neo the GIF.
Yeah. King and TG, have him on, man.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard. He got an album listening party on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get you guys the you know what I mean? The information.
No, we, I'm in there.
And I'm gonna be there to support, and but I heard a few records. It's dope, but I'm on that motherfucker. So go listen to it.
If you get, what I'm saying, if Neo the GIF call you up to the mountaintop to rap, then you doing something.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Man,
you don't know how blessed I was.
Yeah.
When we did the shift, man,
man.
I was a fan in that situation because you gotta understand, like, I made that beat too. So I was like, yo, he rapped on my shit.
Oh, that's ugly. That's
Come
crazy.
on, man. And I knew Tone from a different time, when I was a rapper too, but he wasn't respecting me back then. I mean, rightfully so. I had Booty Shaking Records, right?
Yeah. He was looking at it like, I put you in that chamber.
Yeah, and he's a humble dude. He ain't gonna say that to me right now. But I'm saying, like, I know what it is. Back then, I didn't have his respect like that. Because even when we did the shift, I earned this respect, like, you know, because I had to send my shit first.
Sure.
So he heard my shit first, and he was like, hey, no, listen, that was your best verse I ever heard. I was like, well, damn, it's not my best verse that I've ever heard. But that just goes to show you how low you thought of me. It wasn't that fly, but nah, I feel it though. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope to, you know, share a record with him and shit. So yeah, shout out to King NTG, man. I support him wholeheartedly. One of the realest niggas we have left in this Bay rap shit.
No line. Truth.
Shit, well, we got some stuff to look forward to. If you haven't already, check out Strength, Focus, Grind While Grievin, and Crash Out Mode.
Ooh, that sound good.
All of them.
All four.
There's something for you there. You'll find it.
You'll find it.
And shit.
No, but thank y'all, man, for sure. Appreciate y'all, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When it's dropping, man, put this shit out.
Oh yeah, shit.
Hey, look, I might use this for my deluxe rollout. Put this shit out.
There we go.
All right, damn, I gotta get on it then.
Quick turnaround, boys.
Coming out real soon.
Quick turnaround, boys.